I'm Scott Allen Miller. It is Saturday, the 22nd of October, 2022. This is my vlog of daily life in Nicaragua. And for the first time in a long time, I'm actually doing an episode out in Las Penitas on the beach. Hopefully it's not too windy. It is a beautiful day and we're out here hanging out. So I just wanted to show the beach a little bit, remind you guys what it looks like out here when we're hanging out. And we're gonna head out to the main road and record where we used to so we can do one for old time's sake. Since we're doing this throwback, it's the perfect time to do something like that. Let's head out. Before we go out onto the main road, just going to show we have new walls going in today. This is really old before. Sorry, the glare. And they're doing this new cane wall up there to replace it. We had a lot of storm damage, so a lot of roof stuff being done and a lot of like walls and cosmetic stuff being updated because we just have a lot of work to do. So let's head down the beach. I haven't walked the beach road in forever. It's weird because, you know, we used to live here on the beach and now I almost never make it down just because I'm very busy, and when we do make it, I never get to show you guys anything. So this is one of the spots I used to film all the time here in this field. And you know, the beach, one of the things that's interesting is how fast the beach changes. New restaurants going in, hotels going in, leaving, major changes to them, like all kinds of things happen all the time. It's really interesting just how much change happens here on the beach. We have a weird kind of vibe today, like the light and stuff. It kind of feels like it's autumn for some reason, which, I mean, it is autumn. So, okay, that was weird. It is autumn, but it feels like it. Normally you don't feel it because here we really just have summer and winter and they're reversed. Anyway, today is Saturday. We got up this morning and our first thing was I got up and I did a little bit of work, just the videos and stuff. And I guess a tiny bit of work for the office, but it's Saturday, so it's very little. And we scrambled because we're going out to look at a house we're really interested in today. And this is one that, sorry, this is Yellow Dog, who's been on the show many times in the past, but people have not seen him in months. And he's just hanging out today. We're really interested in this house. It's a super long shot. We don't even know if it's actually available, but there's a crew there. No one's lived in it for a long time. And it's one I've been interested in for a really long time. So it's like 6 months of research on this house. And so it's like, well, it would be really cool if we could get it. And I've been following it, but we have no idea who to contact. Our lawyer managed to get in contact with at least someone to let us in so that we can look at it. So Paul looked at it yesterday, and then Dominic and I and the crew went and looked at it today. And it was really cool. That was our morning. Like, we spent a bunch of time looking at it, but we don't even know if it's available. We don't know if they're willing to sell it. We don't know if they're willing to rent it. We don't know if the price is something we can handle. I don't know anything. So at this point, it was just interesting going around, and unfortunately it's not one that I can film and share with you guys at this time, so nothing to show, but it was cool. And I always like looking at houses, like whether, even if they're not something we can get, it's just neat knowing what's out there, what architecture exists, what styles, and we got some design ideas from it just from going in and checking it out. So that was all very cool, and that took several hours because just the travel and organizing everybody. I did film it for us because we had to share it with the kids and stuff. So that was a big undertaking. And of course, when we're looking at a place seriously, we walk around and say, well, we could use this for that and this for this, and this is how we would probably use it and all that kind of stuff. So good from that particular perspective. I have not walked this road in a while. It's weird because a lot of this stuff I would go see every day when we lived here, and now it's like, oh, I haven't been up here in months and months and months. Forget what's going on. I'm gonna turn this around real quick. So this is the house. If you remember the episode that we almost bought, and then they tried to screw us over, and the place was half the size that they were selling us, so the whole thing was fake. This is still for sale. No, you don't want to buy it, trust me. And then this was in much better repair last time I was here. This is definitely falling down. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, it was never in use, but it was looking better. Now, one of my viewers just rented up here. I don't know where she is though. So maybe we'll run into her just because I'm talking and walking around on the street. Oh, the ruts in the road have gotten really bad since we were here last. All right, I'm gonna turn this back so you can see me. I don't know if there's really anything new up this way, but I'll just go for a little walk because I get a chance to. It's just nice to see what's going on. Check out the neighborhood and the horse. So that was our big thing this morning. Did that until about 11 o'clock. Then today was a shopping day. So Ida was in town doing all the shopping for the hotel. And when she was ready to return to the beach, we got to do the very first taking her back to the beach after the shopping using our own car. We don't need a taxi anymore. So we loaded everyone up in the Corolla and headed over to La Colonia, picked her up, put everything in the trunk, and then we all drove down to the beach where Alan and Anna and Claudia were already hanging out all morning. They had breakfast down here and were just chilling on the beach. Man, the road really is rough here. Wow, this is almost unpassable. And I have to get ahead of this truck so I'm not in its way. So they were hanging out, so we just came down and joined them on the beach, and that's where I am now. I'm actually recording this in real time. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and we had lunch, had some drinks, just sat out on the beach. It's an absolutely beautiful day. We're starting to get some clouds now, but it's been clear all morning, and I can hear they're doing a bunch of work over here. Just gonna show this. This was not a tin wall before. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're repairing things or getting ready to put in something new, but I hear a lot of work going on. And so it's been nice, but the clouds are coming in, and we just ordered food for the kids. So as soon as that's ready, I'm going to take that back to them and get back to working on some videos for you guys, because I am a little bit behind. I've done a lot of recording, but I've not had a chance to edit and upload. It was busy last night. We went out dancing and dinner and that kind of stuff. So it was a nice night out. We had fun, but I need to catch up a little bit. And this morning was certainly not the time for that, but this afternoon is. I'm going to have a nice quiet afternoon in the office, enjoy some air conditioning. It's on the warm side. It's in the low 30s, but it's also very humid right now. So being outside and doing anything, I get really sweaty really quickly, which sucks because for the most part, I'm adjusted to the temperatures here and it doesn't affect me that much. But when you get those couple days when it's warm and humid, but you don't get the rain, yeah, it's still a bit much. I mean, living in Texas or New York, you definitely have hot days and get all sweaty too. It's no different. The difference is we're always outside. So when it's a bit much, it's a bit much, and there's not too much escape from it. Working in the office is kind of my escape. So that is pretty much it at this point in the afternoon on Saturday. It's just a nice day chilling and walking around. So I'm going to leave you from here in Las Penitas, Nicaragua, and we'll catch up later when we know how the day goes. Spoke a little bit too soon. I'm going to show you, this is kind of interesting. I don't know how well you can see this because this is very overgrown, so I can't really get in there. But if you look right here, we've got some serious structure. I mean, serious, that's maybe pushing the point. There's some plastic tubes sticking out of the ground. That is our new greenhouses being built. There's some issue getting the material for them, so we are taking some time as that comes in. But you can see this is a new look at our new place where we will have a house sooner or later, more than sooner, but there's a lot of open space here compared to what there was before, but it's kind of a ground cover now, so not much of any way to get in there easily, and the fence is in the way, so I don't want to disturb it. But they have been working on building these greenhouses because we're going to be creating a nursery. So we're going to be planting a lot of the native species of endangered trees, that kind of stuff, but to do so and have it actually work out really well so that we have control and are able to keep them healthy and make them actually thrive, we're going to build a greenhouse complex in here, do all of the raising of the plants ourselves, and then plant them, and then eventually the plan is the greenhouses will be converted into produce or something else once we no longer are producing, long-term orchard trees and stuff like that. So just thought that was interesting since we're up here. And if you look over here behind the trees, you can see that is some dark clouds coming in. I can just hear thunder in the distance. It's probably farther than Leon. I bet Leon is not getting it yet, but it is really quiet out here. It's such a pleasant spot and hearing that thunder roll in from many miles away is pretty cool. So while we're hanging out on the beach, we ended up having the rain actually come in, and it wasn't too big of a storm. It was just a nice rain. It was actually really pleasant to hang out on the beach with a little bit of rain because it was a little bit warm in the morning, and once the rain came, it was really, really nice. So we had a very nice day. We hung out fairly late in the afternoon, actually, because it was a little bit on the late side that we got out there. So a nice relaxing day on the beach. I grabbed a taxi back with Alan and Anna, and they dropped me off at the house. I grabbed food for the kids from the hotel, so brought that back for them, so I didn't have to worry about feeding them tonight after that, which was very nice. And then we were able to have a nice evening hanging out together at the house. Dominica and the girls are going, not my girls, her crew on the beach, going out dancing tonight because it is Saturday night, and that means that Pelican is hopping with a DJ. We actually have a DJ party coming up at the beach sometime soon, but I think it's in like 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's early November. I don't actually know the details, so I need to find that out, but just be looking for that. I'll post when I have a chance. So the evening was actually pretty chill, just hanging out with the kids at home. I did a bunch of video editing, took care of the dogs, all that kind of stuff. And then tomorrow it's going to be mostly work. We have no real plans going on. That's about it. So the throwback was, this is a good one, sort of. So October 22nd, 2019 was the 10-day, we started the 10-day countdown to coming to Nicaragua for the trip with Alan and Rachel. So it's the first that we're really starting to be like, oh my gosh, it's coming. And then for the next 10 days, they count down. All right, 9 days, 8 days. So this is the 10-day countdown point, and we're pretty excited. But it's so neat looking back and being like, what was going on? And there was very little exciting going on 3 years ago on this particular day. It's neat looking back and seeing what we were thinking at the time and being like, oh my gosh, only 10 days going to Nicaragua. And one of the points I made at that point was at that time, I had never gone back to many places that I had lived before. Now I had in June or July, I'm not sure, of 2019, so just over 3 years ago, Dominica and I took our nieces to Europe and we hung out in Greece quite a bit and spent quite a bit of time on Crete. And if you're interested in any of the footage from that, it's not on the vlog. You remember, this is 3 years ago, it's like where it started. But before I did the vlog, I have another show called Take Flight with Scott. You can, if you just search in YouTube, Take Flight with Scott, all one word, it should come right up. It's the green symbol with the plane. But it's easy to find. I'll try to link them at different times, and you can just look on my page and look down. It's there. It's only got about 10 episodes currently. It takes me forever to get them done, but they are footage from that trip to Europe in 2019. Eventually, I'm going to put other things there, but I've got like 1 or 2 episodes left to go to finish up that trip. I know it's absurd, but they're very, very hard to edit. Even now, with all the experience I have editing 1 or 2 videos every day, those are still extremely hard to do. So they're a great learning thing because they force me to work with some really tough footage, but they also just take an extreme amount of time, and I find them very exhausting. The early ones were like, we had really good footage in Greece, and then after that, it got really hard to work with. So it got me through the first, I'd say 6 episodes are really pretty strong, considering the footage. And then after that, it's tough, but you kind of want to finish the trip. So I'm trying to get one last one done, maybe 2 with all the rest of the footage, and it'll be wrapped up. And then I can potentially move on to other things. Oh, we have more little doggies here. See, there are other little dogs like Clive out here. So that was the throwback. That was the day. Not a big exciting one, but we did have a nice day out on the beach. Tomorrow is going to be relaxing, and that's about it. So remember to like and subscribe, leave your comments below, ask any questions. I did get a request just the other day that they want me to go check out a bakery, the Panaderia. So I'm going to try to do that sometime soon. It's going to be a few days. It always takes a long time from the time I'm asked till I edit and everything. It takes a bit until you see them. And then if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the links down below. And I will see all of you tomorrow.